Welcome to the next installment of So You Want to Join the Navy. As I said before, this installment is going to be about what makes it worth it. Now, again, this is just from my experience, but I'm pretty sure that a good number of people will have the same things to say. And anybody that has anything to add, please feel free in the comments to add your experience as well. So the first thing, honestly, that makes it worth it, as an adult, as a grown up, is job experience. I'd say, 6 or 7 times out of 10, you're going to land in a job that will be easily translatable, more or less, into the real world. So that job experience is going to make it easier for you to get a job should you decide to get out of the Navy after 4 years, 6 years, or if you do a whole career. The possibility for, gaining more experience is there the whole time that you're in the Navy. So that's a pretty big thing as an adult. The people that you'll meet and work with, like I have so many people that I would trust my life to that I've met in the Navy, and I love them like they were family. They could come to my house right now and be like, "Hey, can I crash here for a bit?" So there, yeah, that's another one. The people you'll meet and work with. Seeing the world. This probably should have been number one, honestly, because as a young person, granted, I didn't do everything that I should have done when I went out and saw the world. I still had a very young and dumb American perspective on things, but seeing the world, I went and saw places and did things as a young person, 18, 19, 20, that even friends of mine now haven't done. So like swimming in the Marianas Trench. That was, I don't know that I have any friends that have done that. Along with seeing many portions of the world, not for free, but it was still a great experience that I'll never forget. What else? Just seeing the world, that's something that if you don't have aspirations of traveling the world, then maybe don't join the Navy, because you're probably going to deploy and you're going to see a portion of the world. And if you don't want to go out, then don't go out. But the deployment's going to happen. Another thing that makes it worth it is getting a solid foothold in adulthood. What does that mean? On top of the job experience and seeing the world opens your eyes to different perspectives and other people of the world and learning how they think and see things. You get to do a lot of growing up. Like, I don't know that I would be who I am today were it not for the Navy. Just what it taught me and how it shaped me, how I think. It happened, at such a quick rate, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm not $100,000 in debt in college loans. I'm just saying, if you went to college and you've paid your loans off, good for you. But that just wasn't for me. I knew that I wasn't ready for that, and I'm glad. I'm glad that I went the way that I did, really. Oh, another thing that makes it worth it is the awesome training possibilities and duty stations. So what does that mean? That means that I was an electronics technician when I was in the Navy, but I also got the chance to be a search and rescue swimmer for the Navy. And that training was probably the physically difficult thing that I've done in my life. Mentally, I knew that it was more or less just a mental exercise, but being a search and rescue swimmer for the Navy, like, that's dope. I get to tell everybody I was a rescue swimmer for the Navy. I was in Mobile Bay. I was doing my certification swim in Mobile Bay as it was snowing. Do you understand how dope that is? Do you understand how many people can't tell that story? So and there's other things. There's SWCC, which is small watercraft crew. SEAL. There's different intel, and just like there's so many great different training opportunities that you could possibly get while you're in the Navy, depending on your job. And that really does add so much to the experience. And in the next one, we're going to be talking about the likelihood of being stationed outside of the US. Okay? And I don't think these have all gone on at least 5 minutes, but I don't think the next one will be that long at all. But I'm probably wrong.